Syntax. An introduction to tree diagrams. In order to understand and represent language patterns, linguists build models of sentence structure just as a physicist builds models of atoms and molecules. This visual representation helps us better understand language development and use. In a sense, creating tree diagrams is a way to directly represent the structure of every basic sentence of a language. Each tree corresponds to a particular sentence, being a model of the structure of that sentence. In this course, the good news is we will only focus on simple sentences. That means there's one subject and one verb, and then whatever words modify those two elements. As we do tree diagrams, remember these basic phrase structure rules for English grammar. When doing a tree diagram, there are several steps. Each step begins building the diagram for the sentence. So this is not required, but the first step I like to tell students is to think about where the noun phrase ends and the verb phrase begins. In this case, we have John, then we have gave a present to his friend. The next step is to label the lexical categories of the words in the sentence. So John is a noun, gave is a verb, a is a determiner, present noun, to preposition, his determiner, and friend noun. The next step is to identify any noun phrases, either on the subject part of the sentence or the verb part of the sentence. So this sentence, as you can see, it has a lot going on at the end of the sentence. So we have a present is a noun phrase. We have his friend is a noun phrase. And once I've identified the noun phrases, I can at least take the preposition plus the noun phrase to create a prepositional phrase. That would be my next step. Now, what we want to do now is we want to show how the verb plus the noun phrase plus a prepositional phrase are all coming from the verb phrase part of the sentence. So to show that, we can now say that the verb phrase divides into a verb, gave, a noun phrase, a present, a prepositional phrase, to his friend. Once we've done that, we're just about done. So the next step is, remember that the ultimate phrase structure rule is a sentence. A sentence divides into a noun phrase and a verb phrase. That's the last thing we want to show, and we'll be done with this particular diagram. And then it looks like this. Notice how the sentence breaks into the two basic parts, a noun phrase, and there's only one thing. The noun phrase is the noun John. The verb phrase breaks into the verb, the noun phrase, and the prepositional phrase. And those are the basic steps in doing a tree diagram.